Well, hello and welcome back in, everybody. We're here on Riverbend Springs trying to beat it as horse farmers. Now, this is episode 6, and I was thinking about making this field behind me, or not this field behind me, the field off to the left, our other field that we just got done harvesting the grass on. I was thinking about making it into an oat field. The field directly behind me here is an oat field, and I realized something. We can actually flip between oats and grass every single year if I really, really wanted to. I don't think we're going to, though. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it right now. We got an abundance of grass off that last harvest there. A lot more hay than I think we're going to ever need for a year worth right now, but I just don't think I want to do all the extra work to flip the fields each time. Now, we'll look at that crop calendar and get an idea. Here's the crop calendar, and closer toward the bottom here is oats. Looks like now is the planting season and last month. So I just got done harvesting a full harvest in April. So if I wanted to rotate this, I could change it to oats right now, do a harvest in August, and then plant grass in August, and then do a harvest in maybe November of grass, or just wait around until April again and do a full harvest. I don't think it would be completely full in November. I'm not sure. Maybe my months are off. I don't know. But that's kind of what it's looking like. So to do it, yes or no, I don't think so. It just seems like a whole bunch of work, and I don't want to deal with that. So until then, we're just going to keep it grass field over there and an oat field right behind me here. And we got to do something to that grass field. Now, I don't know if we actually need to. I was thinking we need to add some fertilizer to it or roll it. We don't have a roller. We don't really have much fertilizer either, if we have any. And we also don't have much money for fertilizer. So this is probably going to be a bad idea, but I think I'm going to spend all my money we have on some solid fertilizer. Let's go ahead and try to get that taken care of with the grass field, get it fully fertilized. And the next harvest, we'll end up having a lot more grass, and we'll probably end up selling it off. Now, I don't think I'm going to sell off just grass. Either I'm going to turn it into hay, or I'm going to turn it into silage. Now, we don't have a way of making silage, but we have a way of making hay. So we'll probably turn it into hay. All the leftovers will be sold off, and we have a lot left over sitting on the other side of that big, beautiful tree. Holy cow, just now noticed it's got like flowers on it. What kind of tree is this? That is so cool. It says Northern Catapole. I don't know. It says it down there in the bottom right, but yeah, no, that was looking pretty cool. I like that. I just never noticed that on this map, and then I'm looking over in that direction. I'm like, hey, on the other side of that tree, and I'm like, wait a second, that tree stands out. So 81 liters of lime here. I don't know if that's actually going to check out or not, and yes, it did. Just 81 liters did check out into a pallet. And do I have the shop deliveries down? No, I don't have it here, though, if I did have it down. So we'll put it down right there. We'll go ahead and try to buy some solid fertilizer. Of course, it's going to cost a lot of money, and I'm really worried about that, but probably just buy all we can buy. That right there is $9,600. If I go up to 6, oh, wait, we can do 6. Okay. Really don't know if we're going to use all 6, but we'll go ahead and buy it anyways. And, oh, man, I just realized there's going to be a delivery fee with that. Will that cover the delivery fee? I don't know. I think we might be in the negative, and yes, we are in the negative. Negative $258. You got to be kidding me. If we don't use all this, I'm going to be mad. Well, I'm going to be kind of happy if we don't use it all. I'll be mad if we do use it all. I don't know. Either way, I'm just not going to be happy about this whole situation of me not having much money. Got it all loaded up here, 6,000 liters, and I just realized something else. We need to do more than just fertilize this field over here. We need to actually lay down some lime to it as well. Now, I guess we really don't need to do either one of these steps, but looking down there, we got a pH value of good, which is the lime, and then nitrogen of okay, which is the fertilizer, and I don't know why it's coming out to okay. Well, if it's reading okay, maybe we'll have quite a bit left over, but there are a few parts where it's saying bad and bad for both of them. I don't know. Let's just see what we need later on. We can see in that mini map it did turn to a bright red. Now, it's not going to go bright green, I don't think, because grass doesn't take much fertilizer. We'll see what happens once we get going, though. Normally, I would just hire a worker and go on about doing a contract. 2 reasons I'm not going to do that. 1 is because I don't think there's any good contracts out there. And 2, because we don't have any money. We need to have the actual money to hire that worker. But we can see in the bottom left there in that mini map how it is turned into a greenish color. Not a super bright green, so it's not using that much. And yeah, I definitely think we're going to have a lot left over. I could probably sell some back, but I think there's one other way I'm going to make some money besides selling back some of this fertilizer. About to finish up the last little bit here. We can look down that map and see there's some green, there's some orange and yellow, and it's just all over the place with different colors. I don't exactly understand what happened here. I don't think the soil samples are that different, because that looks very different as far as how much fertilizer is actually on the field. Now, it is reading perfect where we're standing and where we were looking on the map in this area. It's actually an orange color, so it's fine, I guess, and it may play into the soil samples. We should be able to see those somewhere in this menu right here. There it goes right there. Okay, so there is a change in soil samples, but the weird part is this over here is all green, and then this over here on this side is all an orangish or yellow color. So I don't know what the heck's going on there, why it's such a different color, what's happening. But I do know we got 4,961 liters left of solid fertilizer. Probably could have got away with just, what, 1,000 liters? Yeah, I could have just cut it a little short and just only did 1,000 liters. I cannot believe I accidentally bought that much. Now we may sell that back. Or not, I don't know. I was thinking about selling off a tractor. Not this big old beautiful red Massey. Or not the beautiful John Deere. Y'all know I like some John Deere. Y'all saw in that first episode I had that John Deere shirt on. Probably the Challenger. But I'm also thinking we don't necessarily need to do that. We don't need to sell this yellow tractor off over here. Let's find a place to sell off the solid fertilizer and see if we can make enough money to buy some lime. I have absolutely no idea what I was thinking. I came over here thinking I could sell the solid fertilizer somehow, but no, I can't. There's actually no place on this map where I could sell it. I don't got any sell everything down or anything like that. We could look in here where it says solid fertilizer. Apparently I could buy it at lime stations for $1,280 per liter. It's pretty nice, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what I paid per 1,000 liter out of the store. It might actually be the same, but out of those lime stations will be a bulk amount. I'm going to drive this back to the farm, which is also not good as well because I'm running out of fuel and we have no money. So unfortunately, that Challenger might be going bye-bye. Let's go ahead and get in that, bring it over to the shop, see what kind of money we can get out of it, or just sell it at the farm. I guess that is an option. I decided I'm going to go ahead and park this thing away, get out, go to sleep. We're not going to do any liming. It's in the okay range in some of the spots, probably perfect in some of the other areas. Negative $205. We'll definitely lose some money here, but I think we should be fine. As long as there's a good paying contract that comes in next month. We'll see what happens. Guess we're not losing that old $11,000 or whatever we were losing before, because we're only down to negative $10,553, which indicates we lost about a little over $10,000. Well, not too bad, and I did leave this little pallet out. I'm sure it's not good with that rain, but it is a game, and it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, lime would definitely not be good in the rain, but oh well. Now, how are the horses doing? I am kind of concerned about the whole oat level. Are we going to have enough oats to last us all the way until harvest time? Harvest time should be coming up here pretty soon. We don't have much to do with the rain coming in. Looking at oats here, we got 2 more months, so July will be harvest time. We should be able to harvest right there in that first section of the harvest season, and hopefully we make it. Now, exactly how much oats do we have in there? I don't know. We'll go over to animals, check that out. Base food's up there, 16,000. Hay is dropping and dropping fast, so we can add more hay to it. We have an abundance of hay, and we'll continue to add hay to it. Now let's do a quick check on our fields. Looking good over here. pH value's okay. It's in the good, I guess. That's fine. Expected yield 123%. Yield potential 125. We're missing some stuff there. Growth 3 of 5. We got a ways to go. And there are some weeds in there somehow. I don't know how weeds got in there. I plowed up the whole entire field. I don't understand that one. Now pH value over here, the lime, it is bad. I don't like that. But we are on growth stage 2 of 4. So that means we should be able to harvest in July. So the same time we're harvesting oats, we'll be harvesting the grass, making some more hay, making some more money. Now, negative $10,000 on top, right? That is absolutely horrible. Is there any contracts out there that's going to help get us out of that? I don't want to waste my time on little tiny contracts that don't pay much. So this one right here will do good. $12,000 there. While that's going, oh, wait. Never mind, not while that's going, because I cannot hire a worker. We're going to have to do that ourselves. Let's get over to 77, get those items over there, and I'm going to have to work on that myself. Yeah, I kind of failed to realize how big this field is. I'm looking at this equipment here. I'm like, that ain't that big of equipment. And then I jump over to this field, and I'm like, gosh, that's big. That is a big field. Let's borrow these items. I almost accidentally hit accept. That would be very, very bad. Now, not only can we do these, we can also do some fertilizing jobs. I was looking at that last month. We have the fertilizer. We have the equipment. We could possibly do them. Well, no possible to it. We could do them. They just don't pay much. So I don't know if I want to waste all my time and fertilizer doing that stuff if it's not going to help very much or really at all. Just not sure how I feel about that. Still got 4 up downs here, and I don't know how we're sitting at 99%. It should be there pretty soon, hopefully. Oh, wait, there it goes right there. Oh, awesome. So yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, I think 4 up downs left, and it's saying contract finished. I will take it. I'm done with the work here. That's taking way too long, spending too much time doing it. I think I'm done with the contracts, to be honest with y'all. We are going to be selling off that yellow tractor to keep the farm afloat. So let's collect that right there. And that's going to give us, how much did that give us? $11,068, putting us at $515. Let's jump over to our yellow tractor. It is time to say bye-bye to this thing. And I think I'll give it a good send off and actually take it to the store, get a little bit more profit out of it. Wish I could fix it up a little more, maybe do a little repair and repaint to it to get a little more value out of it, but not gonna happen with $515. Finally making it over here at the shop. Let's go ahead and see what this bad boy's worth. I got a feeling it's not gonna be much. There's quite a bit of hours on there. How many hours? 82.7 hours. Yes, a lot. Now, really close to almost being able to repair it, but we can't quite do that. Let's go ahead and hit sell. See what they give us. $25,995. Yes, we will take that, and that will last us a good 2 months right there. We'll get all the way up to harvest time, and I think all that grass we're going to harvest off our grass field around that time, we're going to have to sell off. We are now in the month of July, and everything should be ready to harvest. Running over here real fast. Looks like our oats are ready to harvest, and we still have $6,733. That is awesome. Running over here real fast to the grass. It's saying that ready to harvest as well. Now, there is something I did notice. Hay does not pay very much at all. It is actually very, very bad. We can go in here to the time-saving stock check mod. See, we got 100,000 liters of hay sitting right here. That's what's in our silo. That's not all we have, but that's what's in the silo. And right now, that's only about $5 grand. That would be a lot of trailer fulls for only $5,000. Not worth it. So we may need to figure out a way to start making some silage. That way we can start making some money off this field right here. Now, we're going to have a lot left over every single time. I don't even know if it's worth doing a grass harvest. Well, I guess we really don't need to do a grass harvest, but saying a lot left over, there really is going to be a lot left over, because looking into our horses here, they have not ate very much food at all. We could top it off with some hay right now and probably be fine till next year sometime. So, are these fields really, really necessary? I'm starting to think no. Maybe we could sell one of the fields off and rotate it between oats and grass, but I really don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and get some field work done to our fields. Also, I'm going to check some of the contracts, see if there's anything out there worth doing to make a little bit of extra money while we're busy working on our fields. Some of y'all may be wondering why I didn't sell off this small John Deere and keep the big Challenger. I don't think the Challenger can do a front loader attachment to it. And plus, this is the only thing that can fit right now inside that horse barn. So this is kind of a must to keep, especially with the forks and the front loader and the fact that it's the only thing that can fit in there. It's kind of a must. Now, we need to get some sort of manure pit so we can start actually getting some manure from those horses, because that straw's doing nothing right now, just sitting there doing nothing. Here we are doing the harvest now, and I'm trying to decide, should I do the swath dropping or not? And I'm going to just go with the no. I was thinking go ahead and do the swath dropping, pick up the straw, sell it off, but it's really not going to be worth it. It's just going to be more money spent trying to sell it off, I think, than money gained. At least that's my personal opinion with it. Now, looking into that mini-map, I'm a little concerned there. Field 4 is not lit up with any sort of fertilizer or anything like that, so I don't know what is going on there. I got the soil samples for everything, and previously that was a cultivated field. This did get done, right? It's saying it got done, and it's saying, well, it's not saying anything about not having the soil samples, so not sure why it looks that way. But I'm going to get this all harvested up, get it put away into our silo, feed the horses. I don't think we need to feed the horses any of this anytime soon, but we'll get the horses taken care of and see what kind of extras we have while I try to knock out some contracts. On the top right there, you can see there's a cultivating one. That's the only one really worth doing. It was only $6 grand, but I'm hoping we can make some good money off these contracts while I'm going away doing this field work. Just finally got our first full harvester here. That thing only holds 8,000 liters, and I believe this trailer here only holds 8,000 liters. Now, I did do 2 little up downs on the headlands on both sides, and then I don't know how many up downs we did in the actual field portion here, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. Looking at this whole overall field in general, maybe we're going to have 4 or 5 of these trailer fulls. So 4 times 8, whatever that comes out to, what, 40,000 liters or 45,000 liters? I guess this field info down here does tell me exactly how much I should get, or an estimate, about 10,000 liters almost here on this field 3, but that's only on the fields 3, 4, and 5 on the actual field zones, not the middle parts built as we combine into these fields. So I don't know exactly how much we'll get all together. Even looking at that, I'm sure it's off some. I just know I'm just going to keep harvesting away and keep emptying this out in our silo and keep going and going and going. That's all I can do. Even with very little money in there, we still got to keep going, still got to keep these horses fed, because they're going to make us some big money. I hope. I have no idea how much these horses are worth. Full growing, full everything. I don't know. I feel like they're probably not going to be worth very much money. This was probably a very bad idea. Y'all let me know in the comments, please, if it was a bad idea or not. Finishing up this second load on this harvester here and looking at the field. Yeah, I think I might have been off on my little guess there of 4 or 5 of those trailers. Let's go with 3, maybe 4, because it's not looking good. I will put it all in the silo, though, to get an overall number to see exactly how much we got off this field. Now the next time around should be better because we should lime it and fertilize it. Maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. I'm not sure because we're coming out with so much quantity here as far as oats and hay. It's like I got so much extra, but hay extra is great. We can sell it off, make some money. I just don't want to sell that hay off because you can see how low that value is. Can I turn hay into silage? I don't think I can. So this next harvest on this grass field's definitely not going to be hay. It's going to be grass and turned into silage somehow. Don't know if it's going to be a bunker silo production or wrapping bells. We'll see what happens. Harvester full number 3 here, and yes, somebody was not paying attention and drove right across the crops there. That somebody would be me. Looking over here, we definitely do not have another harvester full, I don't think. So, like I said, 3 to 4. I never said 4 to 5. Well, you know what? I did say 4 to 5 at first, so I guess I was right, technically. Did I say 4 to 5? I don't know. I can't remember half the stuff I say, even though I just said it. I'll be listening to it in the recording and be like, what the heck did I just say? Man, sometimes I just wonder about myself because I'm going away here at this, obviously. And I'm looking in the top right. I'm like 99% yes, I'm about done with this contract. And I'm like, wait a second, this is my field. This is not a contract. And that's whenever I start thinking, what am I thinking? And there we go. All done with that harvest right there. Let's go ahead and lift that header, turn it off. I guess I can't fold that harvester quite yet because there's something inside there. Now I'm going to skip the middleman and go ahead and run this directly over to the silo. And what is this right here? What in the world? Is that really some oats? No, that ain't oats. That's something else. That's, I guess, the meadow grass. Okay, yeah, that's part of the meadow grass. I thought it was some sort of crop sticking up. Now it had me thrown off for a second there. Well, maybe a little longer than a second, but it definitely had me thrown off. Now this is not the screen I thought I'd be on next. Not the correct scene. Let's put it that way. Action. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. But no, I just remembered something. Somebody did put a name out there for a horse. And I mentioned in the first episode, let me know if you want to name any of these horses. We'll get them named. So one person out there did. Gold Gaming said, great first episode. Name a horse. Pookie. Is that Pookie or Pokey? No, I'm just kidding. It should be Pookie. Now, let's see here. Which one do I want to name that? I think we had one that had the same name twice. Where was that one at? Hold on. Winston? Right, Winston. There we go. So we got this black one here, and then we got this gray one here named Winston. Let's go ahead and rename this one. I was asking, hey, how do I rename these? Down here at the bottom, it says rename. How in the world did I miss that previously? Was that there? Oh, no. Maybe it's not there whenever I first buy them. I have no idea, or I'm just completely blind, but we can go with Pookie. There we go. Oh, Pookie Bear here. Hey, that one's done. I may have to ride Pookie. Nah, I'll leave that one alone. I guess I won't. Oh, hello. A lot of horses, a lot of horses. Now, once they go to give birth, I don't think we're going to have enough room for all of them. Let's see here. How is this pin set up? I don't know. Does it say the capacity on it? 8 of 16. So yes, they should each give birth to one horse, I think. Or fall or foal or whatever the heck it's called. The baby term for a horse. I don't really remember what that's called. But they should each have one, I think. And if they do, that will max us out at 16. And then as an adult gets older, we can go ahead and sell that off and keep that process going until we eventually upgrade to larger and bigger or more horse pens. Now this was the scene I thought we would be at next. The one showing the capacity of the oats. Might be a little hard to see down there, but the oats does say 29,437 liters. So yeah, that actually came in pretty good there. What did that say? 40,000 to 50,000 liters? Okay, yeah, so I was off quite a bit. Was I off on my count there of tractors? Is my math just off somewhere in there? I don't know. Gosh dang, I guess I cannot math too well. 8 times 4 is not 40. 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, I did say 40 to 45,000. I was thinking something else. I don't know. Obviously, my numbers are off. I'm not the smartest, but we do have 29,437 liters of oats there. Now, are we going to need that much? Heck no, we're not going to need that much. These horses are not going to eat anywhere near that much. Should I sell it? I don't think so. Max value 18,949 for all of it. Obviously, we wouldn't sell it all. And then I guess we got some straw in there for 28,000. Where the heck do we got the straw stored at? I got it sitting on the ground somewhere. I do know that. Okay. I don't know where it's counting the storage though. But anyways, getting off topic here. Sell notes. Maybe half of them. Maybe not at all. Next up, let's get this harvester all put up and away. Probably need to get a pressure washer. That cultivating job is all done in the top right. Let's see if there's any other jobs out there worth doing and getting going. No more cultivating coming in. There's some harvesting jobs, but we had a little bit of issues with harvesting jobs, and I definitely don't want to do a spinach one. And wait, are all these bad harvesting ones? This one's not too bad, but it's not worth the money. there is a fertilizing job I was thinking about doing. Up here for 37, fertilizes field. I just don't know how I feel about that. I was going to use our equipment. I'm kind of worried we'll end up spending more than $5,400 in fertilizer. Now, are we going to buy fertilizer? No, we have fertilizer. But the amount of fertilizer we use may end up being more than that amount of money. Maybe. Yeah, let's hold off on it for right now. I was really thinking about it. The tractor I would use for that job is actually the tractor I'm going to use for mowing. So, you know, I guess that was one bad idea, selling that Challenger off, because I believe I used that for the mowing previously around. And I don't know if the John Deere can do the mowing. Oh, come on. Hey, there it goes. Snapped right on. Look at that. Nailed it on the first shot. Now, I did say I'm going to hold off on this whole fertilizing job. I don't want to waste our fertilizer, so I'm not going to hold off on it. And I'm also not going to waste our fertilizer. Let's go ahead and accept this contract, but borrow the items. So borrowing the items gives us tractors, and I believe 2 pallets of solid fertilizer here. Maybe that's going to be enough. I have no idea. Let's just go ahead and hit borrow, see what happens. Any leftovers? We'll get to the farm and not waste any time getting it to the farm, because previously that stuff just kind of disappeared on us. Looks like contract just finished there in the top right, and let's go ahead and jump over to it. It's not this one. This is the one that was doing the cultivating, and this is why it took so long. It was this big old thing here, which was pretty nice actually. Okay, it stopped. I wasn't sure if it was stopped yet or it was still driving. We have 1,300 liters left over. Let's get that back to our farm and take advantage of stealing that, I guess. I don't know if we're going to do any more contracts with fertilizer, though. There's really not much more out there that pay really good. Maybe a couple thousand, 1,000 to 2,000. This one paid 5,000, so I like that. I decided against stealing that fertilizer. It just seems a little wrong, but we are going to use it for another contract. Leasing that equipment actually cost quite a bit, like $1,500, $1,600. And this is a bell wrapping job here that I saw out there. Might as well grab that too. And there's that funky looking tractor I said I didn't want to use previously, but I got no choice with this one. Let's go ahead and jump over to the actual fertilizing equipment. Here it is now, and we are next to field 52. 52 is where the next contract's going to be for about $3,000 or so. Right here, farmland 52, $3,500, and the lease cost is $1,600. So to save on that, I decided let's just go ahead and knock this out. Now we should have enough fertilizer. The only reason I'm thinking we're going to have enough fertilizer is because this pays less than that big one we just did, and we didn't use half on that big one. So just a kind of an educated guess, hoping it works. Not sure if it's going to work, because my guesses have been a little off this episode. All done with the mowing now, and gonna fold this up, get it back. We got a big issue here in the very bottom right. That fuel gauge is flashing at us. You're not gonna see it now because I jumped out, but we'll see it here in just a second. I want to check something on this. I don't know. It's not telling me now. I was wondering if it told me how much harvest I would get off of it. It might have told me how much harvest I would get off of it whenever there was actually grass in the field. Now there's grass on the field, not growing out of the field. But yeah, that little fuel gauge down there's flashing at us. We do not have fuel back at the farm. There's a little pump there at the farm that you can buy fuel, put fuel in. I don't know if that's a better price or a better thing to do, or just drive into town where the pump is. I think driving into town where the pump is usually cheaper. It's been a while. I don't know. I will definitely have to look into that before I go to actually buy the fuel, because I want the cheapest price possible. I did go ahead and take the time to figure this out. This right here is actually $150 more per 1,000 liters than anywhere else on the map. We can see right here at all these gas stations, it's $1,500 per 1,000 liters. This thing right here is $1,650 per 1,000 liters. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this instead of making the drives into town. I hope 1,000 liters is enough. I don't know. I probably could have got away with a cheaper option with going into town. Obviously it's a cheaper price and I wouldn't fill up as much. So definitely a mistake there probably, but I'm gonna hope it's not a mistake by saving the time from having to drive into town. Let's get this topped off before it decides to shut down on me in the middle of the field, and I don't know what field work I'm doing next. Well, I do know I'm not making hay, so let's skip that tedding. Oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, okay, just started filling up. I thought it was trying to get me to buy some more. But yeah, I do know I'm gonna skip that tedding, so let's start windrowing, get that into rows. After that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the grass. Now, there is a mod out there called Enhanced Vehicle Mod or something along those lines, and it will tell us how much liters the equipment holds in fuel, or diesel, whatever you want to call it. There's fuel right there in the top right. 660 liters goes inside this thing. I don't know exactly what I was down to before I started filling it up. Well, you know what? I guess I could look in here. What do we got? 394 left. So yeah, we just used about 606 liters of diesel. And what does this hold again? 660. So I guess we were down quite a bit there. But no, that mod is pretty cool for that little situation there. Also, it tells you how many liters you're burning per hour, along with the little blue option there being your DEF, I believe. I don't know. We don't really got anything going on with that. It just always stays full. But we are done with the contract here. We're also done with some other contracts. Let's go ahead and look at that fertilizer one, see how much fertilizer is left in there. 900 liters. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, sell it. Well, obviously I can't sell it. I'm not going to worry about keeping it either. I do feel kind of bad about doing that. Let's go ahead and complete all these contracts, see how much money we can get up to. 4 of them are here that say complete it. And we'll hit collect for 5,500 there. Collect this one for 5,500 as well. Wow, did not realize that. Might have been the exact same number. 3,800 there, 3,500 here. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see what it looks like in the top right there. $24,000. Sounds good, looks good, not good because that's only 2 months worth of bills. Gosh, I don't know how we're going to make it through this. I really don't. Over here on our oat field, we do have it all harvested up. Next step, I think put some lime down. Might have to cultivate. We don't have a direct drill, planter, seeder, thingy-majig. So I'm not 100% sure what all we're doing to this field yet, but I know we don't need to do it till next year. Our grass field over here has a lot of grass across the top of it. We got to get that windrow picked up, turned into silage so we can make some more money. Obviously, we could go the hay route, but we saw that does not pay very good. I'm not sure how we're going to make the silage yet. Didn't mention bunker silo, factory, or bells. We're going to have to figure that out in the next episode because I'm all out of time here. I do want to thank y'all so much for stopping in and watching. I really do appreciate it. If y'all haven't already, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If y'all got any tips, tricks, or suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section because they're always welcome. Very much appreciate it and very much need it. And until next time, y'all take care.